Hello and welcome to another episode of Amoi Unplugged, Exploring Diversity, a show that focuses on the efforts and milestones geared towards the diversification of our nation's economy. I am Chioma Ikejiani. Thank you for joining me. You've probably heard of it. A smart city to be situated within the Abuja city and built along the same lines as Dubai, Singapore, and Morocco. I'm talking about Centenary City, Abuja. But what does this mean for Nigeria's economy? On the show today, to answer this question and more is the board chairman, General Abubakar retired, and the managing director, Dr. Odenigwe. Don't go away. It's Amoi Unplugged, Exploring Diversity. So, it's interesting. I'm going to take you back. Tell me a little bit about you. Where are you from? The spirit of Nigeria has always lived in you, right? So tell me a little bit about, yourself so that people that are watching can now say yes, who.
Well, I was born on a Saturday on the 13th of June, 1942, in a small community in a town called Minna in Niger State. At that time, under Gwari local native authority. And from there, my journey into life started. In 1950, I went to primary school in Minna. And Minna at that time was a small community where everybody knows who is who. And my father was fortunately one of the, let me say, influential people in the town. And those days, where everybody is everybody's keeper. I grew up to find out a lot of children are staying in our house. So we became brothers and sisters because everybody is his own child.
In those days.
In those days. Again, I found that when there are some quarrels, between people, he normally tried to settle them. And I think that's where I imbibed this culture of peacemaking.
The Centenary City was a project that was conceived during the Centenarian project. Why is it important, from the chairman's perspective, that Nigeria needs a city like this now?
Okay, during the Centenary celebration, a group of people found it necessary, or they came up with an idea to have a centenary city where all about Nigeria will be deposited. The history of Nigeria will be deposited. And they think, which I agree with them, that it will become the unifying factor of Nigeria because every Nigerian will be represented here. So it became a sort of, again, a unifying factor for the country. And if you are all united and live in harmony with each other, then there will be peace. And if there is peace, there is going to be progress. And I think certainly this will bring wealth to the nation.
I think that's so incredible at a time where maybe investors are jittery about coming to Nigeria, and you still have an investor that believes in a project like this. Why do you think that an investor has been sticking to this vision for the longest time?
Because certainly, Nigeria is a big country. There are a lot of opportunities for any investor to come into this country. We have a population of about 200 million, and Nigerians, by and large, are well educated,
Yes.
determined people. Give Nigerian a chance, he will succeed in whatever he puts his mind to. So certainly the market is there. And that's why the investors feel that this is an opportunity, and they took a gamble to come and invest here in Nigeria.
Introducing Centenary City, a strategically located master-planned development that will provide an enhanced lifestyle with a host of new leisure experiences for residents and visitors while respecting the deep history and rich culture of Nigeria. This modern interpretation of the traditional inner city community enables businesses to create new job opportunities and education to empower the future generation, contributing to Abuja's global status as a modern capital city of the future.
Welcome to Amoi Unplugged, Exploring Diversity. You know, I have wanted to do this interview for a long time because just like I am with so many people that drive along the highway, I look up and I say, oh, Centenary City, it's still here. So first of all, what is Centenary City, Abuja, and what's that historical concept?
Thank you very much. Centenary City is a legacy project of the Centenary celebrations. I know in 2014 was 100 years of the amalgamation of northern and southern Nigeria into one country. So that's really the origin of one Nigeria. So the Jonathan administration wanted to create a centenary celebration without government funding. So in a sense, it could be done by private sector support and all of that. So throughout 2013 was the planning. Throughout 2014 was the centenary celebrations with a lot of programs and all of that. So out of that came Centenary City, which is the legacy of that celebration.
So when you look at Centenary City, what kind of a landmass is it sitting at? And in building this city from scratch, what are the numbers of inhabitants?
Well, to start from your first question, Centenary City is an area of 1,262 hectares. However, the buildable land mass of Centenary City is really 690 hectares. We have boulders. We've left 105 hectares for Safari Park, that's green area. The entirety of Centenary City is 40% green area, which is more than even the Abuja Master Plan. The Centenary City is also designed following the Abuja Master Plan, but it improved greatly on the Abuja Master Plan and was signed off by the FCDA before we submitted it to NEBSA, who is the supervising authority as a free zone authority.
And that's the Nigerian Export
Processing Zones Authority.
Okay.
So in terms of population, Centenary City is designed to accommodate about maybe 200,000 residents.
Okay.
But more importantly, because it's based on diversifying the economy, it's based on tourism, it's based on shopping, it's based on sports, it's based on the Safari Park I said. We have an 18-hole golf course, we have a polo field. It's designed to bring in visitors daily.
Like Dubai.
Exactly. So people come to shop, people come to play, people come to live. So it's really your work, play, live, work, and play kind of situation. But you expect to have more visitors coming in, over 100,000 daily. Wow. Visitors coming, shopping, doing things.
So you're constantly creating an economic value chain.
Yes. And more importantly, like you said, in terms of Abuja, Centenary City is to complement Abuja City. We always call it Abuja Centenary City. The word Abuja can never be taken out because we're part of the city.
Now, Centenary City has been accorded a free zone status. What exactly does that mean in terms of the economy?
Well, that's particularly important because once Centenary City started, it actually attracted a very good investor from the UAE that decided to build Centenary City for Nigeria with no kobo to the government. And the investor came with $18.376 billion to develop 100% Centenary City. And That's the single highest private direct foreign investment, or foreign direct investment in Nigeria's history.
Wow.
Now, it would have, if the enabling environment was sustained, created over 150,000 construction jobs, and if finished, created over 250,000 permanent, well-paying jobs. And when I talk about 250,000 jobs, it's just jobs that is created. We're not talking about the auxiliary jobs that come from that, the drivers, the stewards, the cooks, the babysitters. Yes, that's the promise of Centenary City.
So let me drill down to job creation in
Yes.
terms of local content.
Correct.
Right? What's the percentage of local content that will be accorded to the indigenous Nigerians, as opposed to, because sometimes we worry about foreigners coming in and taking the jobs that we Nigerians feel very capable of doing?
Well, that's an interesting question, which I think even from the board and all of that has made sure that Centenary City, from any way you look at it, must provide a huge capacity building for local Nigerians, and that's important. So if you're a foreign company working in Centenary City, you must have 30% for local companies. We encourage companies here to use subcontractors that are Nigerians. Our hope is that in the 10, 12, 15 year it takes to fully build Centenary City, that we've grown some local companies that have become international because they're mixing with a lot of international. They've improved their procurement and they've improved their means of doing business. So 30% is the minimum, local content. All artwork we intend to use in the Centenary City, be it furnishing the hotels, be it furnishing the centers we want to build here, must be sourced locally. One of the things about Centenary City is to showcase Nigeria's culture, tourism. Of course, we have also proposed the tallest building in Africa that will house government archives of all the different governments in Nigeria.
Oh yeah, and I heard that there could be a Buhari Tower. What is that?
Like I said, it's a unity project. The president was very active during the Centenary celebration. So that's probably a good lasting legacy for the Buhari himself, for all the efforts and support towards the Centenary celebrations. The design is ready. We are, working on the thing. We'll be happy if the president comes to cut the tape of it. But if we can finish all the arrangements, we intend to actually build a model of what it looks like to showcase. Yes, there's plans for that.
Okay, so let's look at infrastructure. Since you're building this from scratch,
Correct.
which is so incredible and exciting, what are some of those infrastructural amenities that somebody that's watching this should be really excited about?
Well, we should be excited because, one, we have an 18-hole golf course that will sit on 65 hectares.
Good
I mean, it's
Lord.
never anywhere you've seen in Nigeria. We also have a national park that's 45 hectares. So
Wow.
families can come and relax and all of that. And then we have a cable car that takes you to everywhere. More importantly, you talk about a safari park. That is 105 hectares of mountain ranges and all that. We've said, it's a green area. We can do a safari park there. So we've actually had an MOU with the Nigerian Park Service. We've agreed on the animals. We can put them basically herbivores, not
Wow.
aggressive carnivores. And like giraffes, zebras,
Yeah.
all the different
Monkeys,
antelopes, yes, friendly monkeys and
giraffes.
things like that. So kids, and if you're a nature lover, you can hang out
It's
there.
like Yankari Game Reserve.
And we have tents there. You can spend the weekend
Wow.
just in the surrounding, and you have a car to drive through that. So it's fantastic. And last but not least is it's also designed to be Wi-Fi free, because the digital space is going to be experimented here. You can pay your bills with your cell phone. You can pay your
That's
water rate with your
impressive.
cell phone. I mean, so it's important that the entire city is wired. I mean, it's Wi-Fi free. So If you're a resident, yes, you can we charge you in the houses and all of that. But citywide, you can have Wi-Fi free for a certain amount of time to do your business. But one thing important it does also, it attracts the very intelligent youth, because that's what you're building it for. Guy, let's go to Centenary, let's go have a drink. I need to do something. So you're attracting the millennials, you're attracting the bubbly ones,
the G generation.
the generations. I mean, we want to catch the kids with our amusement park. We want to do our amusement park. So it's designed for everybody.
What do you plan to do with security in Centenary City?
The master plan already has plans for this, even before the challenges we're having. A company called Global Risks out of London was hired to look at the security of the master plan, even before the current challenges. And they designed an elaborate plan of how to secure the city. Because it's a free zone, it actually has controlled access in and out. Okay. Because the customs are very diligent about what you bring in, what you take out, so that they don't miss their revenues. So there's really just 4 access points to the city, and the city will be walled around with very tight security around it, and the city will have a central security station that uses CCTV cameras to view everything, and then the perimeter fencing also has sensors on it. If you breach it, it will show in the security stations, and then they have plans to use drones to check out what the issues are. So there's a triple level of security. There's a gate for trucks alone. If you're bringing goods to the city, those trucks will be X-rayed.
Oh, yes, the X-ray machines.
Yes, there are X-ray machines for trucks, for cars. There are bomb X-rays on the, so it's not, there are technologies that check those things. And, if we have to, then we'll have bomb sniffing dogs and all of that. Those are all in the design. So I think once Centenary City starts, I think people will come here to be taking lessons on how you could secure
to keep a safe, smart city.
Yes.
Lastly, what is available for someone that wants to be involved in Centenary City? What else? What is left?
For investors, we can collaborate with investors that want to take land and develop specifically to the master plan. Okay. There are hotels, there are residential areas, there are malls. Oh yes, there's a lot of things here. There's the golf course, there's the polo. Those are all open for collaboration with outside parties that are interested. In terms of we're just completing a 236 unit terrace housing within the Centenary City. Yes. Is
that within the first phase? How many phases? Is it 3 phases? And what is the first, second, and third phase?
We have 3 phases. Phase 1 is the polo, the golf course, and part of this residential we're doing. Okay. The second phase is the downtown area, the training of the river channel, and the infrastructures of that. And then we've left the golf course area and all that for the 3rd phase. However, if you have serious investors that want to start from point A to point B or point C, we can look at that too. Phase 1 is just phase 1, about 18 hectares and stuff like that. Phase 2 has 3 phases, phase 2A, phase 2B, phase 2C, and then phase 3 is the golf course in the back with all the residentials around it and also. Why is it in phases? You can't quickly come here. It's a huge project. Also, people ask us, why is Centenary City taking time?
Yeah, why is it taking time?
We're not building an estate.
That's true.
We're building a city. And if you look at how big the city is, it's a combination of Asogoro and Maitama together. Yeah. So it's that big. You need to be careful. You need to take your time. Also, you need to make changes to what's happening. If, like you said, security. Now you look at that more, you improve it now. And then challenges here, you improve it now. You don't have to wait. So we're being futuristic in anticipating issues that will come, and we're planning for it today.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So interesting. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
And I'm going to see what I can do to get involved.
Please.
Introducing Centenary City, a strategically located master planned development that will provide an enhanced lifestyle with a host of new leisure experiences for residents and visitors while respecting the deep history and rich culture of Nigeria. This modern interpretation of the traditional inner city community enables businesses to create new job opportunities and education to empower the future generation, contributing to Abuja's global status as a modern capital city of the future.
You have been a founding chairman, and if there is any government official that is watching this interview and they've heard about Centenary City, but they don't really understand. Every time they drive to the airport, they see that it's still there. As the chairman, what message do you want to share with government officials, Nigerians, about Centenary City and why you think that it's probably one of Nigeria's landmark projects that is coming up very soon?
All right. My first message is to the officials, government officials. They should find time to come and visit this office to see the plans we have so that they can understand and thank the people who have the vision of setting up the centenary cities.
Okay.
So that it can get government backing. It is not a government project. It is a private project that, like I say, will bring employment and will bring opportunities to develop our economy in this country. Now we are crying we don't have money and so on and so forth. I'm absolutely sure if by the time this centenary city is completed, it will be a gold mine for Nigerians. It will be a gold mine because if it comes to be, a lot of tourists will come, look at, see how Dubai will have come out from the desert.
And the free zone.
That's right. So these are my message to the government official. Let them come and see what is being done. And again, to see how they can support the centenary city in whatever it is doing. For the Nigerians also, yes, this is an opportunity for you to come and see what is being done, to see how you can be part and parcel of this centenary city. Be you be a trader, a welder, a businessman, and so on. There are a lot of shops to be set up, like the Dubai Mall, where we see that Dubai has just come out of the desert and it has become the center of the world, so to speak.
In only 50 years.
Yeah, that's right. And again, I can see this centenary city being the center of Africa. Because definitely from the vision I see here, it's a great job. It's a great job, a great, good opportunity. And people should come and support this private initiative so that the coming generation will benefit from this, because it is a continuous project. And I'm hoping, this being the first centenary city, other cities in the country will come into being a replica of this.
Need I say more? I'm sure you've enjoyed that conversation. Till I come your way again, let's continue the chat on my social media platforms. I am Chioma Ikejiani. Stay safe and goodbye.